Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Wednesday. In fact, happy generational wealth Wednesday to each and every one of you. So listen, what exactly is a freaking meme coin super cycle? And why is everyone talking about it? Everyone's talking about this meme coin super cycle. Are you into it or no? Does it make sense to you or no? Got a lot of people in the XRP entertaining content creator space who just can't wrap their brains around meme coins. So we're going to take a listen to this guy, Murad. I'm going to get into what he has to say about the meme coins and see for ourselves, does it make sense in what he's saying? Does it make sense? Where are you with meme coins? Do you feel like you should take your hard-earned, dirty, nasty fiat and enter that space? We're going to get into that. It's hard-earned, dirty, nasty fiat. It's an interesting conversation to have for sure. Listen, XRP YouTuber admits I was wrong. I was wrong, says this XRP YouTuber. I think it's interesting that our guy, Jungle, said that, did a video about it. It's a rarity. It's a rarity amongst XRP content creators. Not the, it's definitely a rarity amongst the XRP influencers. And I posted, commented, I said, welcome to the club, bro. It's a rarity. Only a handful, one hand will be able to do a video about being wrong. I said, welcome to the club, bro. It's just a few of us. It's an elite club that are willing to own up to that. So in any case, this meme coin super cycle is interesting. We're going to listen to the Sui guy as well, co-founder. I wanted you guys to kind of check that video out as well. It's interesting, some stuff that he's saying. So I want to cover that. We'll go into a little deep dive together on both the meme coin super cycle and a little bit more into Sui. And just delve into, does it make sense? How are you feeling about putting that dirty, nasty fiat into meme coins? Is it really about the meme coin super cycle for 2025? What does that mean for layer ones, layer twos? What does that mean? We're going to get into that as well. I'll kind of give you my thoughts on the whole thing for sure. Let me go out of this and go back to this. Is this going to stop at 50? No, it doesn't. It goes to 100. Okay, cool. So we'll get into that as well. We'll go over the market because, it's doing what the market does. It's doing what the market does. We'll go over those numbers for sure. We'll check that out. Yeah, we'll get to those numbers as well. What's going on, Bubba Smith? How are you, bro? Appreciate you checking in on a Generational Wealth Wednesday morning. I just wanted to do this video because it's interesting, this meme coin super cycle. We're going to listen to it. We're going to get into it together. So I won't be doing much talking. I mean, the meme coin super cycle theory is 20 minutes. He's being interviewed on another channel. I'm going to share that. I believe that channel or podcast is called Rug Radio. We'll go into the interesting interview as well. We'll get into that as well. So I won't be doing much talking here besides going over the numbers and sharing my thoughts on the meme coin super cycle and the Sui co-founder and a few things that he said as well. But that's an 11-minute interview. So we want to get right into it. Definitely enjoy the show, listening. It's interesting, the meme coin super cycle. I'm really fascinated to hear what you guys think about it. I'm going to strategically implement some of the things that he's talked about. What really moves? Is it meme coins on a particular layer one that's getting attention? One thing that he said that I thought was genius, I'll cover that in when he's being interviewed as well. DeFi Daddy says meme coin cycles are at the end. Yeah, at the end of 2025. Yes. So yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, and that's what Murad said as well, DeFi Daddy. And I think it's important to kind of get that. Uh the cycle is a cycle, and I think that's the biggest thing that I want to say before we do anything. It's about the cycle. It's a 4-year business cycle. It's what you do in the 3 years, and it's what you take advantage of in that 12 to 14-month range. That's it. There isn't no other stuff. It's a cycle by cycle thing. It's just that people thought everything was the 12 months of the cycle. They just thought it was the hyper, crazy 12, 14, maybe 16 months sometimes cycle, but it's not. It's the 3 years prior and what you're doing there. And then it's that 12, 14, maybe 16 months of the bull run when it's doing its thing. That is it. It's those two things, in my humble opinion. It's what you do in the bear market time, and it's because you can still cash flow in the bear market. And by the way, every now and then you'll get 1, 2, 3 things mooning in the bear cycle. Now it's hard to find those, but you'll see them. But it's the preparation for the 12, 14 months of the cycle. That's the important part. The thing we have to evaluate, in my humble opinion, is during that 12, 13, 14-month meme coin thing and bull run thing of the meme coins of the bull run, what is it going to do to your layer one? What is that going to do? Is it going to do something to it or no? That's why, in my humble opinion, you got to have a 90-10% split. Because meme coins ain't going to be doing much for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. It's not going to be grabbing market share away from those dudes. You understand what I'm saying? So, any case, let's get into some stuff here. We're going to go over the market real quick. DeFi Daddy, I appreciate you checking in. Rodwell No Breaker is in the building. What's going on, bro? Hey, Siege, only real men admit. Only real man admits when he's wrong. Yes, sir. You won't find that from a couple of XRP entertaining content creators, entertaining purposes only creators. You won't find it. But our guy Jungle, that's a real dude right there. It's a real dude right there. DeFi Daddy says you make 85% of your money in the 15% of the cycle. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. And people just got to get that. You got to get it. You got to get it. And if you do DeFi the right way, you make money, you make cash flow in any cycle. Bear market, bull market. If you're doing DeFi right, you're making money in any cycle. Does not matter. You just got to know what you're doing. You got to have the skills. You got to have the skills to do it. It's not punching buttons. It's not splitting your liquidity up 50% in one asset, 50% in the other. That ain't going to cut it. You got to know what you're doing during the bear. And you got to be able to snatch up these next 6 years. You got to know how big it is. Got to know how big these next 6 years are going to be. You got to know, and in my opinion, I can tell you in the Crypto Sieges Home, we're doing whatever we can to come up with dirty, nasty fiat to leverage this next 6 years. There's a strategy. You got to have a plan. You just can't come into this thing with no plan. Go hang out in the patreon.com/golf whiskey mastermind if you want a good plan, if you want a great plan. You got to have a plan, fam. Just can't be just YOLOing into stuff. It ain't going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. All right, fam. So let's get into some stuff. Let's go over this market real quick. Then we're going to listen to this MemeCoin SuperCycle thing. Interesting. Legendary says you got to have the skills that pay the bills. Indeed. All right. So according to CoinGecko, what? Bitcoin's under 62,000. Bitcoin's under 62. Are you ready? Miss Crypto Siege? Bitcoin's under 62. Are you ready? Oh, you said 3 days, huh? Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. All right. So interesting stuff. All right. According to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is down 1.7%. And is at 2.25 trillion. Interesting. Bitcoin dominance is at 54% or so. Bitcoin is currently trading at $61,789 again. And under 30 days, it's up 11%. Ethereum is trading at $2,432 again. Under 30-day, Ethereum is up 5.8%. Solana is trading at $140 again. And under 30-day, it is, what is that? Up 9.2%. XRP, the beloved, I don't understand it. It's at 53 cents. How do you get two announcements of ETF filings for the digital asset XRP, and yet it just, nothing happens? I don't understand it. I thought there was a big community. I don't understand it. What's going on? There's something going on there. Everyone keeps saying, maybe it's the lawsuit. Maybe that the cloud on title of that lawsuit is the deciding, it's the overwhelming movement. Because it can't be the ETF filings, because nothing. Maybe it'll be, well, it'll be interesting when we see if we get an ETF approval and the lawsuit, this appeal thing is still going on. It's going to be interesting to see how that is going to work, because right now, just the filings don't seem to be moving the market. The market doesn't seem to be interested in such a thing. All right, so let's get into it. There's the beloved squeeze at $1.95 now. I'm trying to see if I can get maybe $1.80, $1.70 for it before I make my final purchase this cycle. It'll be a final purchase this cycle for me. That'll be enough. And then we'll look to see what they got going on in the bear cycle. What you got going on in the bear cycle? What you got going on in the bear cycle, sweet? That's what I want to see. Young protocol, young blockchain. What you got going on in the bear cycle? That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. All right, so let's get into it. Video is 20 minutes, guys, but I think it's important to kind of, you got some smart guys here. What do you think about this MemeCoin SuperCycle? Let's get into it, and then we'll have a discussion. But it's 20 minutes, fam. It's 20 minutes, okay? Grab your favorite libation. I got mine. Sad to say that I'm on my second cup of coffee. Sad to say, but it's true. Second cup. Let's take a listen, because I got to have a little libation. We're going to take a listen to this dude right here. It's Murad at Must Stop Murad. His background is interesting. Let me play the video of his background, because I think there's some context to that. I think it's important. By the way, he strikes me as a guy with some rare qualities. I think that's important. But let's see if we can get to this dude's background. You can see I was watching this interview on Rug Radio on YouTube. Rug Radio. Rug, 2 words, radio. And I'm only halfway through, it looks like. I'm 32 minutes into a 57-minute video interview. But he talks about his background here. I think it's important. So let's see if we can't get that. It's after the 5 minutes. Murad comes on. Let's go here. Let's see.
Tau has done relatively well. So some of those sort of meme coins, interestingly, I mean, ETH is doing terribly still, but Solana has kind of just stable against Bitcoin this whole time. So out of the majors at the moment, it feels like Solana and Bitcoin are kind of evens, and then ETH is continuing to not do as well.
All right, so here we go.
The Murad trenches on FOMO hours. So definitely want to have a few questions ready to talk to you about. But Murad, first, honestly, I think even for myself personally, would love to know more about your background. How'd you got here?
Hold on. Why we got like 500 pictures going on here? Go here. Yeah. Okay. Check out his dude's background. I think it's interesting.
And of course, how it feels to be the main character right now. But most importantly, like, how'd you get here? Like, who is Murad?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm originally from Azerbaijan. Went to study at university in the United States. While I was there, I did a year abroad in China, and that was kind of late 2013, early 2014, during the famous 2013 Bitcoin bubble, sort of 4 years before the 2017 bubble. Was very lucky. Had a few foreigner friends that were like involved in the early BTC ecosystem. So that was kind of my first exposure, was kind of lucky to be at the right place at the right time. When 2016, 2017 came rolling back, I was obviously already looking at Ethereum BTC and realized that I needed to sort of take crypto more seriously. Before that, I worked in commodities trading and in TradFi. And since 2017, been doing a bunch of different things in crypto.
The commodities trading and TradFi, I think it's important. I think that background is important. Obviously, you know, he got exposed to Bitcoin in 2013. Okay, it is what it is. He got the exposure. Some people had an opportunity, chose one over another, Bitcoin over, they chose XRP over Bitcoin. It is what it is. You had an opportunity for the end, you missed on it. Then you started a YouTube channel trying to rationalize what you did. It didn't work out as well as it could have worked out. This dude did the BTC thing. You know, who knows how much he dabbled, but he did dabble. And the commodities trading background thing, I think, is massively important because it's understanding the psychology of the market. And this dude has that background.
Writing, on-chain analysis, obviously like trading, investments, been building in DeFi, had a fund in 2019, 2020. Unfortunately, it didn't go so well, but we're back and continuing to grind, continuing to hustle. And yeah, right now I am building a DeFi trading protocol, social fi trading protocol called STFX. And of course, I'm also involved in a bunch of different meme coin things, sort of investing, trading, and just trying to analyze meme coins, like both on chain and
so
from a qualitative perspective as well.
So, oh, by the way, apparently this guy went from a couple mil to 100 mil. I mean, it is what it is. All right, let's check him out here. Couple mil to 100 mil. I mean, tried to do the hedge fund thing with all that money. You know, it's not an easy walk in, walk out. It's not easy to walk in there and stay and be able to win. He learned that. But thank God he had enough millies to recover from that. Yeah, it's not enough to just have some money in hedge fund space. You got to know what it is that you're doing, fam. All right, let's take a listen.
I'm here to talk about the MemeCoin SuperCycle, why it's happening, and why it will continue. So the MemeCoin SuperCycle is not just a prediction about the future. It's already happening. If you look at the year-to-date performance of all the major crypto categories, they're a mixed bag with a lot of disappointments and a lot of underperforming tokens. But if you look at the bottom right of the screen, you will see that meme coins in particular are dominating in terms of outperformance right now.
And again, he on-chain and off-chain analysis. Again, background is important because of context, right? It's like you got to know your players, right? We say this in the channel all the time, DeFi Daddy. You got to know the game you're in. And then you got to know the players in the game. If you're just going by some post on X, how well do you know the player? How well do you... This dude is going on a freaking interview spree. Everybody's trying to interview this dude, right? That's, for me, that's part of my journey as a sophisticated investor. Learning the players. I'm going to watch 5, 10, 15 interviews of this dude. I'm going to tune into his posts on X. Who is this dude? What is he saying? Does he have something of value to add to my journey or no? Do I just ignore the meme coin super cycle, or do I get in there and do my homework, do my due diligence, and says this is makes sense, or this, yeah, I'm not buying it. You understand? That's the journey, in my opinion, of a sophisticated investor. Hold on one second here. Hello? Mm-hmm. Sure. Hold on one second. All right. Hold on one second, guys. Let me do this real quick. I'll be back in just a second, fam. It's something I got to do here real quick. Oh man, sorry about that. That took forever. But that was about my son. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. We got share going on. I want to do not that. I want desktop. I guess that will work. Let's do. All right. I'm back. Let me make sure you guys are still here. Thanks for patiently waiting, but I had to seriously take that phone call about my son. What's going on, Pookie Pookie? How are you? What up? See, life is good, bro. Bubba Smith said a lot of these meme coins will turn out like the worthless NFTs from last run. Indeed, that's important to note, right? That's important to note. Let's continue listening to this thing here because I do think it's important. Because I think the idea of just brushing it aside is maybe not smart. It's not a smart move, I think, to just brush aside the meme coins. What if there was due diligence? What if there was homework? What is there legendary? What if there was a skill set to it? Can you then ignore the gains? If there's a skill set to it, is it worth your time? If there's some skill set to picking the asset, I think so. But anyway, let's continue to listen.
Old memes are doing well and new memes are doing particularly amazing. The era of all crypto assets moving up in unison is over.
That's the thing. Remember that? Remember, Legendary, we talked about that. We said about when this liquidity comes, because it's coming, the global liquidity, where is that liquidity when it comes to the space? Where is it going to be dispersed? This statement to me is one of the bigger statements I've heard him say. The era of all crypto assets moving up in unison is over. Is that accurate? We won't know until the end of 2025, DeFi Daddy. We won't know, Pookie Pookie, until the end of 2025 if it's over. But will we be paying attention to it to prepare for the 2028 cycle? This, again, is the journey and part of the journey of becoming a sophisticated investor. Is that statement true or no? We got to be paying attention. We got to be looking out to see if this is true. Right now, I'm leaning towards that is, right now, I'm leaning towards, I don't think that's correct. But we're going to see. We're going to see. But that's what I don't think this statement is correct right now. But we're going to see. We're going to see. I always ask you, what's your wallet looking like? How's it doing? How's it doing? How's the wallet looking? What's it like? Are you that's why we show banter bubbles for what, 60, 90 days in a row every single day? To see if you happen to have a few of those altcoins that are outperforming Bitcoin currently is important because we believe that going forward, they're going to continue to do so. But it wasn't a lot of them. It was maybe 20 to 25 out of 20 or 30,000. I mean, if you don't include meme coins are 20 to 30,000 a day. A day. Are you going to get the 20 or 25 that's outperforming Bitcoin? So in any case, I'm going to pull back that chart up from the beginning of this presentation also.
We're all going to make it is dead. This is a natural step in the evolution of the space. If you look at the first 3 pages of CoinMarketCap, you will see that only 43 tokens have outperformed Bitcoin year to date.
What's going on? This dude must be listening to our live streams. He must be listening to our live streams, fam. I haven't watched this presentation. There's something about this guy I think I like, but I got to continue doing my research and due diligence. Only 43 tokens in the top 300. Oh my Now, we were doing 100. Remember, when you do banner bubbles, that's top 100. I have it set at the top 100 tokens in coin terms of market cap. I want you to think about that for a second. Is it about the technology? Is it about solving the world's problem and real, real all that utility stuff? We got to figure out what it's really about. And I'm telling you, that formula of going up and to the right of the network adoption curve is checking all the boxes for what it's really about. It's not trying to figure out, well, why is this part of the formula? Why is A in there instead of Z? Like what if the formula is A plus B plus C equals Z? What people are doing is trying to say, well, why is A in that formula? Like, why is daily active users part of the formula? That's what people are trying to do. Instead of just saying, yeah, this is the formula. Well, this doesn't say anything about real world utility, use case utility. It's not in the formula. Like, we didn't make up the formula. The market did. Only 43 Pookie out of the top 300. Year to date. And he's got them listed here. Yeah, he's got them listed. He's got them listed here. It's fascinating. He's got them listed. Again, background. Again, the background is important. Thank God he did the homework for us, so we don't have to even know. And by the way, you probably can't see this in this chart. I'm going to go over these real quick, the ticker symbols for these, because you probably can't see them here. You guys are like, I can't see that, CJ. All right, so look. Hope you guys caught that, what I just did there. Look. What do I want to say this? The top 43 tokens that are outperforming Bitcoin, and he's got it from number 1 to the 43rd. Okay, so it's in order. It's in order. Okay, it's important to understand it. I'm going to go from the bottom up. Now, you got to understand that this bottom, number 43, is outperforming all the other things in the digital asset space year to date. Do you understand? Hey, you understand? Important. Not my chart, not my numbers, just the numbers. And here we are, right here, to take advantage of this. What about the people who aren't in this space yet? They probably are not going to get this or get this list or understand these facts. Not my facts, Pookie. The facts, Bubba Smith. The facts, the numbers. And then it's up to us to plan accordingly. We could say, there's no real world use case in any of these things. Or we could just say, these are the things that are outperforming it. Anyway, here we got a centralized exchange token called MX. Is that MEXC's token? I don't know. MEXC's? I don't know. But it says centralized exchange token. MX, number 43. 35%. Another centralized exchange token, Leo. What the heck? I don't know. Layer 1, Caspa at number 41. Maybe you say, there's some stuff. I like the layer 1 game. In any case, Caspa, 43. Tron, interestingly enough, TRX, How is it possible that Tron is doing what it's doing? Now, do you try to figure out why? Do you say I don't trust that Justin Sun as far as I can throw him? I mean, or you just say these are the numbers. You know, another centralized exchange token. This is interesting to me. He's calling it CEX, centralized exchange. I'm sure that's what that is. And it's something called Golf Tango. I don't know. Is that Gate.io's token? I have no idea, but it is there. And I'm going through these because I know you guys can't see them. So Golf Tango is at number 39. Then it says AI Play, and it's Lima Papa Tango. No idea what it is. No idea. But then we got another centralized exchange token. Bravo Golf Bravo. It's hard to read it. What the world? I mean, that's a lot of centralized exchange tokens. That's a lot. Now, hold on a second. That can't be right. Oh, yeah, it is right. Centralized exchange token. Bravo Golf Bravo. I don't know what it is, fam. Don't know. Then it says an infrastructure play here, gold mining. That's the ticker symbol, gold mining. Then another centralized exchange token. What the freak, bro? BNB at number 35. Interesting to me, but it is. It's only 43 tokens in the top 300 of CoinMarketCap have outperformed Bitcoin in 2024 year to date. It's in 2024 year to date. So that's just a few months. But in any case, there it is. Infrastructure play ENS. Bitcoin ecosystem, Core DAO token. We have some of those. DeFi token. Interesting to me to see this, and they're calling it a DeFi token. RSR. Reserve Protocol. Reserve Right Protocol. Interesting. I had that back in yonder, back in the golden olden days. No longer have any of that. Layer 1 is Vanky. Vanky. All right. So there's FET, number 30, AI play. There is Infraplay Arkham. Layer 1 is AALP8. That is ALPH is number 28. Another infrastructure play, another AI play at 26, which is Arweave. Some layer 1s at 24 and 25. CKB, never heard of it. Isn't that interesting? Never heard of it. Year to date, by the way. TON network, we've all heard of the open network. 24. Then we got AGI, we got Pendle and DeFi. Interesting. I sold all my Pepe coin. Pepe coin is number 20 year to date. Number 20 on the top 43. Sold my Pepe coin. Exited. I exited because of position size. Not enough of the position. So I exited and put it into something else. Number 19, Jasmine. That was my $1,000 play. It's in the Internet of Things. Is at number 19. You've heard us speak of Jasmine and when we go over banter bubbles. 18 is where the meme coins start. By the way, meme coins are the biggest. Out of the 43, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Out of any of the narratives or categories, meme coins has the most. It's up to you to decide what you want to do with your dirty nasty fiat. So number 20 was Pepe coin. And then 18 is Ponke, Ponke. I don't know. Banana, interestingly enough, is the DeFi at 17. AI play called Zig. Never heard of it. Zig. Z-I-G. Yeah, never heard of it. Then there's Floki, is a meme coin at 15. So in the top 20, there's 13 meme coins. And it's out of the 43, the meme coins are all in the top 20 that are outperforming Bitcoin. It's just interesting to note. Velo is in there. I know there's some Velo fans on the channel. I forget what I did with my Velo. I was in a Velo BNB liquidity pair. Cool. I don't know what I did with the VLO. I don't think I kept it. I think I moved it into something else. But anyway, Launchpad token, BNX, Bravo November X-ray. Then we got just a slew of meme coins. So I guess my point is my point. Here it is. And his point is his point. Number 1 is Giga. Number 2 is Popcat. Number 3 is Mog. OM Play Mantra is interesting. Right? For the layer ones, for the people with a certain disdain of meme coins, there's Mantra. It's there. It's 12, 13 months of bull cycle. There's a layer 1 that you can go to, for the meme coin disdainers. You can go to bed, sleep well at night. Mantra. In the RWA space, by the way. Mog is number 3 meme coin mantra. Meme coin is NPC. Meme coin MAGA. Meme coin with dog with hat. Meme coin turbo. It's just what it is. Then there's Osaka. There's Pepe, which was, in any case, taken away from the original Pepe. The original Pepe is actually Pepe coin, just so you know. It's up to you, but you do. There's Pepe there at 11. Here it is, right? Just to let you know. 13 out of that 43 are meme coins.
And does any category stand out? You will see that 13 out of the top 20 are meme coins.
What the freak?
So why is the meme coin cycle happening? There's reasons internal to the space and reasons external to the space. So first of all, there's a massive overproduction of tokens, right? There's 600,000 new tokens being launched in 2024, and this was just as of April.
Jeez.
And there's over 5,500 tokens being launched per day. They're extremely inflated altcoin valuations at centralized exchange listing time, right? Let's ignore the software for a moment. Founders get zero cost basis on the token. VCs and angels get to buy a large percentage of the token cheaply. And then centralized exchanges, market makers, Twitter KOLs, Twitter TH artists, Telegram callers, YouTubers, they all get either token supply or dollars in order to talk about the token, right? And ultimately, retail is the exit liquidity for this.
Woo! How about that? Shots fired. Bubba Smith, shots fired. This is becoming more and more, I don't want to say the reality, but the reality is the reality. But this is becoming more and more exposed. This is the DeFi, this is the digital asset space, and why it's so massively important. Because it's a culmination of real dudes coming together to expose the wrongs. You don't get that in traditional finance. The wrongs in traditional finance are hidden and kept away from retail. The financial system being exposed, you say, you want that? Yeah. Doesn't happen in TradFi. That's why I shared the Tika Tawari thing that I had. I was able to, be able to get on a little thing with him, and how he pointed out that TradFi was laughing at retail. We don't get the exposure. The vast majority don't get the exposure, are not made aware of this wrong right here. In other words, we're not privy to the game. So we can't, it's hard for people to play it well. But in the digital asset space, there's dudes like this guy. You understand? Massively important.
When you're launching at $10 billion valuations, retail is the exit liquidity that ultimately gets dumped on. all of the altcoin price appreciation has been relegated to the private rounds. This is what you typically see in tier one VC-backed infrastructure tokens this year. All of the FDV grows. It happens in the shadows. It happens in the private markets. By the time something gets listed, it gets listed at 5, 10, $15 billion valuation. So retail does not get to benefit from this at all. So they deliberately, I believe, list altcoins at extremely high initial valuations so that even after the initial negative 90%, which is inevitable, the seed investors are still up 100x, while retail
Even after the 90% negative, stuff comes out, goes down, the seed investors are still up 100x. Interesting. While retail mistakenly thinks it's a discounted bargain. Ouch. Well, what do you do? Now, this is not the case for everyone. They are becoming more and more fair launches. There are some products that do the quote unquote fair launch where everyone gets the same thing. It's not necessary. The private person gets the same as the retail gets the same as the private. But those are far and few in between. This is a big owie. Now, I don't know if we can argue whether or not that's fair, but what we can say is that's the reality. Remember, these seed investors are, quote unquote, helping these projects grow, quote unquote, helping them launch, quote unquote, helping them to get features and all that other kind of stuff, quote unquote. Unfortunately, you get the bad founders in this group as well. That's the challenge. The greed of those founders, some of those bad ones.
Mistakenly think that it's a discounted bargain. All of the 2024 launches on Binance are literally down only. Every single one except two. One of them is WIF, which is barely up since listing, and the other is Jupiter, which is obviously meme coin trading infrastructure. Like that in and of itself should be sending a signal here.
Now he went through that. Let me see if we can see it. He didn't. He said the statement, but he didn't keep the chart up. Let me see if we can keep it up. All right. Yeah. All 2024 token launches on Binance are literally down only. I wonder if Binance is hip to this game and like, well, it is what it is. I wonder if they're just saying, yeah, it is what it is. Retail is the exit. Look what it is. They pay us to launch. They pay us to list on there. We're getting paid. We're making our money.
All of the 2024 launches on Binance are literally.
And this is a chart showing all of them. Like he's backing his stuff up with the data. Right? It's important. Now, we're blessed because we were, we popped our head outside the XRPL ecosystem to be and, to have with and to have Juke. But the only two. That's heavy. But isn't that knowledge that you can prepare yourself with moving forward? Of course. Of course it is. It's knowledge you can prepare yourself with. It's important.
Down only. Every single one except two. One of them is WIF, which is barely up since listing. And the other is Jupiter, which is obviously meme coin trading infrastructure. Like that in and of itself should be sending a signal here. GameFi, just as a sample category, not looking particularly great either. There's very few non-speculative dApps that have been hits in this industry, and we've had smart contracts for 10 years. So if you look at Uniswap, Pump Fund, Polymarket, Fantasy Top, Jupiter, Phantom, DYDX, GMX, Hyperliquid, Rollbit, Shuffle, Blur, Tensor, Solana.
I like that chart right here. I like this little infograph here. You work in an industry that is speculation first and tech second. Hmm. 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 Interesting.
And big parts of DeFi, literally all of this. And these are probably the highest PMF products in crypto history, right? They're all either directly related to or dependent on speculation. 99% of altcoins don't justify their valuations. And they often say that it's the regulations, which is the main reason why they don't revenue share, but it's not in their interest to do so.
Most alts don't want to revenue share. Okay.
Because there are many projects that literally make $500 in fees per day while trading at $5 to $10 billion valuations, right? And goes without saying that these infra tokens aren't going to become monetary stores of value either. So if these tokens make it easy for to be valued in Microsoft Excel by investment banker types, then it will be obvious to everybody that they're 100x overvalued. They need the narrative. They need the mimetic premium to support their overvalued market caps. And the crypto token markets don't seem to value revenue over hype either. This is a list of tokens that are most frequently hyped as kind of like large and legitimate revenue producers, which they are, but their respective tokens, they haven't been doing particularly well either this year. The two exceptions are Banana, which people use to trade meme coins, and Arrow, which obviously benefited from Base's meme coin season as well. So revenue creates a floor, but it also creates a ceiling. And this is probably the most important. Binance Research themselves have pointed that there are $155 billion worth of unlocks coming in the next 5 years. That is a huge headwind to anything technological. VCs can't publicly embrace the meme coin thesis because it would pose risk to the valuations of tech alts, a lot of which haven't even launched yet, right? And so just a reminder, meme coins are already fully circulating and they have no unlocks.
I don't know why he skips through some. All right, let me see if I can catch that chart.
So revenue creates a floor, but it also creates a ceiling.
Giant amount of unlocks that are yet to unlock in the coming years. 155 billion in the next 5 years. Okay.
And this is probably the most important. Binance Research themselves have pointed that there are $155 billion worth of unlocks coming in the next 5 years. That is a huge headwind to anything technological. VCs can't publicly embrace the meme coin thesis because it would pose risk to the valuations of tech alts, a lot of which haven't even launched yet, right? And so
that's not what I want. I want to go back here just a second.
Which obviously benefited from Base's meme coin season as well. So revenue creates a floor, but it also creates a ceiling. And this is probably the most important. Binance Research themselves have pointed that there are $155 billion worth of unlocks coming in the next 5 years. That is a huge headwind to anything technological. VCs can't publicly embrace the meme coin thesis because it would pose risk to the valuations of tech alts, a lot of which haven't even launched yet, right? And so just a reminder, meme coins are already fully circulating and they have no unlocks.
All right, so let me get to the chat real quick. And I want to see, kind of get you guys' thoughts thus far on what he's saying. What are you guys thinking so far? Because in my opinion, thus far, this dude is dropping major signals. You know, they used to call it alpha, major signals for retail. He's dropping the alpha, dropping the signals. He's giving signals instead of noise for the betterment to the benefit of retail. This is what I'm getting from this presentation thus far. What are you guys getting? What's going on, Alex G? How are you, bro? Rick says, Seeds, the meme coin remind me of penny stocks. So in my opinion, you should have what is that? Oh, okay. I got you. A shit and giggle fund, meme coin are high risk and high reward. And some people are good at trading them. Yep. But interestingly enough, in his interviews thus far that I've been seeing, Rick, he is saying that it is not about trading the meme coins. It's about finding the right meme coins and being a believer and hodling to, guess this, he said in an interview, 2 billion in market cap. He said that's where the win is. All right. So Bubba says, when the rules and regulations set out the real money will come out. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see. By the way, in an interview, Bubba, he says that the institutions are doing this. The institutions are doing exactly what he is saying. They're picking the leaders in the meme coin categories, and they're buying them and holding them. Alex G says, Tether's Bitcoin, Ripple stablecoin equals XRP. Could be the same or not, Siege. It could be the same. Pookie says, just started my journey in Axlar. Nice. I got a little bit of Axlar, not much yet. Bubba Smith says, the flywheel effect, we've been all waiting for it. Bubba Smith talking about Ripple stablecoin and XRP. What's going on, Devon Steve? How are you? Appreciate you checking in, my guy. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button. If you didn't do so on the way in, no worries. Just collapse the chat. Go smash the like button and come back and hang out. Look, it's important that we do our part in helping to get this channel out to more people. We need a new 1%. This is some big time alpha for retail. Big time alpha, in my opinion, for retail. And we need a new 1%. Kind of feeling like, that dude there is trying to do his part to help usher in a new 1%. As opposed to the 1% that's in traditional finance right now. It's just not a great look over there. The Muskegon aristocrat is here. How are you, bro? Appreciate you checking in. Devon Steve's bet it's the same people launching different memes bordering on criminal gangs. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. That interview, by the way, was really with this guy, Murad. Is it Murad? Was interesting. But let's continue on to the presentation. His interview was very, very telling on the Rug Radio channel. YouTube channel.
Last but not least,
meme coins have already proven themselves with Doge, Sheep, Pepe, and WIF. Interesting.
Doge, SHIB, Pepe, and WIF have already proven to the market consciousness that these things can go to 5, 50, or even $100 billion type valuations. And so people are finally waking up to the idea that the token is the real product. And the crypto industry is a token production industry that is masquerading as the software production industry. Many new launches look like this. 80% of the supply in the hands of insiders. This is completely broken. Goes without saying that this does not build community. On the other end of the spectrum, you have something that's much more organic. If you look at the most organic and bottom-up meme coins, you will see that they effectively enabled poor hodlers to get rich, who subsequently become unpaid full-time evangelists for the project. And I think in the next couple of years, you're essentially going to see this ideological war. For a crypto industry that's so obsessed with decentralization, it's crazy how centralized some of the altcoin holdings have become. So the entire token market cannot sustain itself without retail inflows. But the vast majority of retail never cared about technology. Why would they care about that? What does retail care about some blockchain being slightly more private? No. Do they care about some blockchain being slightly faster? No. Do they care about ZK snarks? No. What do they care about? Let's be real. They care about making money, they care about having fun, and they care about belonging somewhere.
What say you about that? You know, we say on the channel all the time that, you know, the reason why Solana was doing what it was doing, because it was fast, is inexpensive, and they had the right narratives. Fast, cheap, right narrative. There was a lot of stuff that you could do there to have fun. And in the XRPL community, we got fast and inexpensive. The fun part's not there. It's not there. I enjoy DeFi, so for me, that's fun. So I participate in DeFi and in Solana ecosystem and have a good time over there doing it because I enjoy that, right? Something to do that I enjoy. I enjoy cash flow.
Be real. They care about making money, they care about having fun, and they
think about that. What does retail care about? Making money, having fun, and belonging. Making money says doesn't matter how or with which asset. They just want to make money. Doesn't matter how or with which asset. And this is due to the traditional financial system that is rigged against people, and everyone's trying to catch up and get ahead. The traditional financial system, the fiat system, has caused this right here. This is the reason. That's why it's 70%. That's what does retail care about? They're about right there. Because they can feel, people outside the digital asset space can feel, it just feels like I'm not getting ahead. It just feels like I'm not. I remember when I was making like back in the days when I had a gig and I was doing like 120 something, 22 something. And I remember telling my dude, I was like, dude, it just, I don't know why, but it just feels like, you know, making 120, it feels like I'm making like 80. Like, what's going on? Like, why is that? This was, you know, decades ago. I was like, why am I feeling kind of like that? Yep. And this was, you know, this is when I had, you know, it's getting raises every single year. We got raises every year. It was a raise. And it was somewhere between, I want to say 6-8%, 5-7%, somewhere around there. And it still just felt like, yeah, just like, what's going on? This is why this new financial system, this thing is 70% making money. That's just why. The other part is having fun. The other 10% is belonging. Does that make sense to you? You got to ask yourself that question. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's present. Yeah. This is, you know, yeah. And this is just in most markets, right? That's going to be the thing. They want to try to make the money because there's this feeling like they just can't make it. They want to be able to have fun and they want to be able to belong. I mean, Jeff talks about that all the time. Yeah.
care about belonging somewhere. So meme coins are not a vampire attack against crypto tech. Meme coins are a vampire attack against crypto tech tokens. Big difference. So both meme coins and altcoins are actually selling you the same product. It's the token, not the software.
Oh, shots fired, fam. Look, there's a reason why this dude is on like an interview spree. Everybody's trying to get this dude on their channel. Why? Because something about the message resonates. There's something about it in the core and the gut is resonating with people in their gut, like, right? And we right, because we look to the wallet like, what's going on right now? We look at the wallet and like, what's going on? I'm here, I'm early to this space, but it doesn't feel like I'm winning. This is why Raul Paul begged his community. He begged them, don't do what I'm doing. I've been trading for 30 plus years. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't be doing that all in on the token thing. I got access. I got resources. I've been doing this. I can pick and charts and I can do, and all this stuff. GMI, the #1 investing newsletter in the world. That's mine. I did it. I can do this thing with Bitcoin and then go to ETH and then go to Solana. I can time the bottom because I've been doing this for 20 something, almost 30 years. This is why he told his community, 90% of your stuff needs to be in these 3 assets, and then to save your 10% for the other stuff. This is why he is saying that. Because the 3 to 5x is better than the L's. The L's catch up. They don't allow you to stay in the game because they compound. Meme coins are a counterattack of the trenches. This dude, I like this dude. All right, here it is. Listen.
So tech tokens, big difference. So both meme coins and altcoins are actually selling you the same product. It's the token, not the software. And meme coins are a counterattack of the trenches, right? All tokens, doesn't matter if it's a tech token or a meme token, they're tables at the casino. So why should we play at your tables when we can create our own tables, right? Meme coins are a spiritual reincarnation of the 2017 ICO wave, but in a new.
This is exactly the same thing, by the way, that Raul Paul's been talking about in his Real Vision thing, in his interviews with the hedge funds people. Exactly what he said there. The difference here with this guy and Raul is not doing due diligence and homework and on-chain analysis and off-chain analysis of which meme coins. That's not where he lives. He doesn't live there. That's not his thing. He's a GMI guy. He ain't doing that. He might hire this guy though, honestly. He might hire this Murad guy. The ICO thing was a level playing field for everyone. Which is probably why, think about this, which was probably why the SEC went after them. Because the ICO thing, everyone could participate. It was at the same FDV. Everyone could just get it. If you had some cash, if you had a stable, if you had some BTC, you had some ETH, you could get in. Everybody got in, the same opportunity. Now there was a little of the you got to have, computer with the fastest Wi-Fi going on because everyone was trying to buy at the same time, but everyone had the same shot. Remember? Everyone had the same shot at the losing ICO and the winning ICO. You remember that, Legendary? Remember the ICOs? Interesting statement. Meme coins are a spiritual reincarnation of the 2017 ICO wave, but in a new form. Anyway, let's continue.
Form. And even
crypto tech projects that manage to create cult-like communities. Crypto tech projects that managed to create cult-like communities and outperformed for a long period of time were those that had an ICO or another way of letting retail buy cheap before a major run-up. Again, you know, maybe this is something that you got to take a listen to 2 or 3 times to see if it makes sense to you.
Crypto tech projects, if you look at past history, that managed to create cult-like communities and outperformed for a couple of cycles in a row are those that either had an ICO or had some other way to let retail buy cheap before a major run-up. Why does this matter? Because when you're trading attention, a relentless community is the secret sauce that you need to look for.
When you're trading attention, that's part of going up and to the right of the network adoption curve. The CEO and founder of Jupiter Exchange says that all the time, trading attention. This is probably why the Jupe token is one of those 2 tokens that launched on Binance and still was able to be in profit, a winning token. Only 2. The CEO and founder of Jupiter was one of them.
Relentless community is the secret.
When you're trading attention, a relentless community is the secret sauce that you need to look for. Think Flare Networks just for a second what they did when they started announcing their stuff and what they planned on building. What did they do? What did they do with the XRP community? The XRP community, arguably in 2020, 19, 18, was the largest thriving, relentless community. Was it not? When you're trading attention, a relentless community is the secret sauce that you need to look for.
Sauce that you need to look for. And if you don't enable poor people to get rich, then you have no community. And in my opinion, airdrops don't build community either. So there's also external reasons for all this. Even from 4 years ago, the world is changing, the world outside of crypto. Inflation is going rampant, money supply is growing fast, the prices of everyday goods are skyrocketing. AI is going to be coming for your jobs. Not even STEM degrees or computer science degrees are a safe way out anymore. Wealth and income inequality are as high as they've ever been. And the situation outside of the developed world is even worse. Accelerating loneliness, accelerating sexlessness, accelerating mental health issues, all of these are going up. The amount of time spent online obviously growing year by year. There's competition, everything is becoming hyper competitive. There's few remaining perceived ways to make it by people, right? Especially young people. There's diminishing influence of religion in society. This is just an undebatable fact. And last but not least, all of this is essentially a crisis of meaning. And I believe that all of the above is bullish crypto. It's especially bullish meme coins, and it's especially bullish cult meme coins. Last but not least, stories create trends, right? For trends to emerge, there need to be stories that are percolating across the industry and the world at large about people making large gains in a particular new category. Without naming any names, we've already seen 4 or 5 of these with Pepe. We've seen 4 or 5 of these with Bonk. We've seen 4 or 5 of these with WIF this cycle, right? And all of the phantom wallet screenshots that you see of people finally making it, they don't come from utility alts. They don't come from tech alts. They come from memes. And this is why momentum.
They don't come from utility alts. They don't come from tech alts. How many times have you heard or even said yourself, Solana is just all meme coins. Solana, just the meme coins, right? But Solana went straight to the top. Straight to the top. And it wasn't about their tech. They got tech. Fire Dance is going to be amazing. It wasn't just about the fast and speed. It was about the fun thing and having a sense of meaning. They built a community. These are the formulas. And when you do those things, you go up and to the right of the adoption curve. The adoption curve is everything. I'm going to let you hear that again. I think it's a great point. 100%, it says hundreds of more examples of phantom wallet screenshots. By the way, you can make fake ones, so that's a little challenging. You can make a fake one of people making it, and 99% of these stories are from meme coins, not utility altcoins. This cycle so far, he says.
Screenshots that you see of people finally making it, they don't come from utility alts. They don't come from tech alts. They come from memes. And this is why momentum is important. If you study past cycles, because of momentum and reflexivity, the things that outperform in the first half of the cycle is the same thing that outperforms in the second half.
That's important. Let's go back to that one. That's an important chart. It says the importance of momentum. Trends early in the cycle end up going parabolic in the end of the cycle. Explanation: momentum plus reflexivity plus stories. Strength begets strength. I wonder if you feel like there's a particular alt or two that's out there has momentum.
The things that outperform in the first half of the cycle is the same thing that outperforms in the second half of the.
So is he proving my little banter bubbles thesis correct? Legendary? Is he proving my little banter bubbles thesis correct? Is he proving it out for me? He just said it.
The cycle. Again, meme coins are the outperformance thus far. We've seen this with Ethereum. It pumped in 2016. It pumped twice more in 2017. Verge, pumped in 2016, pumped twice more in 2017. Solana, pumped in 2020, pumped twice more in 2021. You've even seen this with NFTs, pumped in 2020, pumped twice more in 2021, right? So this momentum is important. And I believe that the meme mania, quote unquote, we had in March of 2024, I think that was just the first of the 3 pumps. And I think there's 2 giant pumps coming in 2025. So if you look at the top 20 new memes, it's only 8 billion. That just all of the new memes are still cheaper than a single VC-backed vaporware, right?
Oh, VC-backed vaporware. He's saying it's still cheaper. In other words, retail can come in. I don't know. Is $100 $100 or no? I don't know. Is $100 $100? Is $100 a meme coin the same as $100 in something else? Maybe it isn't. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. This dude is just shots fired all over the place. And look at this. But what happened there? What happened there? I don't know. Top 20 meme coins by market cap. He says they're still cheaper than the VC-backed vaporware. Now he has this list. I'm going to go to his X post. I'm going to go to his page and I'll show you his list. It's not this list. Some of them are in that list, but it's not this list. These are the top 20, as of the presentation. Holy shit. All right.
At the top 20 new memes, it's only 8 billion.
It's only 8 billion. There's a statement. There's a there. There's a there. I'm learning how you play it. These top 20, I'm learning it. I don't know it. I got into Michi and exited it because I thought it was supposed to do something sooner, but lesson learned. But it's interesting to me. Maybe this is the reason why in the alt space, everyone was trying to do these 20 million and these 10 million and these 5 million market caps because of everything he's saying about everything being overvalued. Any case, there's a meme coin called it's just Bitcoin. Interesting. All right.
Just all of the new memes are still cheaper than a single VC-backed vaporware, right? So altcoins are 800 billion, unlocks are 155 billion, memes overall are 40 billion. I don't think Doge and SHIB matter anymore. The new stuff is 8 billion. That is unbelievably cheap. And money, especially retail money, it naturally wants to pump something that is easiest to pump. And that is going to be the new memes. Every cycle, the crypto asset category that outperforms the most is the one that is new, weird, and misunderstood. And parabolas are much more likely to occur in assets that are difficult to value. So not having a revenue is actually an advantage. With each cycle, the main altcoin narrative is becoming crazier. My theory is that this is a byproduct of inflationary pressures on society and its collective mental and hormonal well-being. So anxiety essentially pushes the swarm further down the risk curve. And you're seeing this with the main topics.
Anxiety pushes people further down the risk curve. Isn't that interesting? Somebody here in the community has Blub. How's Blub doing for you? I know somebody said they had it in sweet. I know Blub is up 900%. MemeCoins, sweet. I'm not saying buy it. I'm just saying I've been hearing it. And I believe someone on the channel said they had some of that Blub. That's an interesting statement. I'm sorry, I have to show that again. That's all right. Anxiety pushes the swarm further down the risk curve. His theory is that this is a byproduct of inflationary pressure on society and its collective mental and hormonal well-being. It's a powerful statement. Big time food for thought there on that.
Further down the risk curve. And you're seeing this with the main topics that are essentially in vogue with each cycle, right?
Oh, there it is. This is what I was saying about them narratives. Let's share that chart again.
Further down the risk curve.
Look, this was the thing back in the ICO thing. Then this little, remember the DeFi, GameFi, the alternate layer ones, metaverse, remember that time frame back then? And now it's this. Meme coins, AI, RWAs. Interesting.
And you're seeing this with the main topics that are essentially in vogue with each cycle, right? Here's what you need to understand. Every single altcoin out there is actually working on 3 products. They're working on the software, they're working on the community, and they're working on the token. Meme coins are working on 2 products, the community and the token. People do not need technology or even a promise of future dividends to purchase a crypto coin. All they need is to like it and to see people talking about it. Any of you who are on crypto Twitter, I'm sure you understand which topic is being discussed the most right now. On utility, a lot of VCs and thought leaders are gaslighting you into believing that meme coins don't have any utility at all. I strongly disagree. And I believe that the best meme coins actually have more utility than almost all tech alts. What do they offer? Having fun, loneliness reduction, identity, hope provisioning, friendships, being a part of cutting edge culture, sense of belonging, a guild in the MMORPG that is crypto, experience of teamwork, greater sense of participation. They are what DAOs were supposed to be. Relatability, emotional connection, mission and meaning, entertainment and being happy, charity, collective artistic expression, collective imagined reality, storytelling and lore building. And it's just hilarious to think about even the possibility of getting rich off of memes. So it kind of becomes a reflexive self-fulfilling prophecy. And all of this is before we discuss the token itself, right? So we can debate how much utility memes have, but it's not zero. And it doesn't matter that there's no revenue. People are paying for these services and participating by simply buying the token. All of this logic doesn't just apply to meme coins. The same logic applies to altcoins as well, but memes do it better because of structural, tokenomic, and emotional reasons. And here's my controversial opinion. Altcoins are not about technology and meme coins are not about memes. What they actually are, they're tokenized communities. They're tokenized communities that use different narratives and techniques.
Altcoins are not primarily about tech. Meme coins are not primarily about memes. Both are simply tokenized communities using different narratives and techniques to recruit people. And get the price to go up. Interesting. One man's thoughts. What say you? I'm not here to say this dude is right or wrong. I'm here to offer that this is an excellent presentation for something to ponder, some food for thought, something to consider on your journey of becoming a sophisticated investor.
To recruit people and get the price to go up. And DJ Spartan has this famous infographic, right? Whether even there's quote unquote fundamentals, it's still predominantly mimetic in nature. I edited that to display how I see it, right? So the actual utility of any altcoin is probability times magnitude of future dividends for token holders, right? We know most of the time it's not going to lead to anything, but 90% is still mimetics and speculation. For meme coins, it's actually similar. There is some non-zero emotional value, but 80–90% of it is still mimetic and speculative. And what I think is happening in the industry right now, and what you will see in 2025, is that meme coins are stealing the mimetic and speculative premium away from altcoins, right? People are realizing it was never.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing, the question that we were asking Bubba Smith. When this global liquidity comes in, are these layer ones, are these altcoins going to get the liquidity or no? Or is meme coins going to take up a vast majority of it? This is what he is saying. He says meme coins are stealing mimetic plus speculative premium away from altcoins. Right? And obviously that's not Bitcoin. Obviously that's not Ethereum. And most likely that's not Solana. Again, this is just another thing that helps to make sense, this 90–10% thing. Because in the 90–10%, you still get meme coins. Right? Because in the 10% bag, you're still doing it. But the emotional and psychological win, it offsets the losses. So that 3 to 5 and that 5 to 7, we say it all the time, Bubba Smith, how people are in this space and they're just sloughing off. They're just quote unquote nose in the air about a 7x. It's like, it's just like, I'm not here for that 7x thing. And this is why they do all this stuff. But if you do a 90–10%, you're not eliminating meme coins. You're just valuing your dollar better, in my opinion. You're just valuing your dollar better. For some people, it may be 80–20, and some it may be 70–30. And I think, honestly, it all depends on what you did last cycle and how well you fared last cycle. But there are people in this space, especially in the XRP community, just need to see the bag in the winning, in the green. Just need to take a culmination of 10x the portfolio and just be able to take it, put it in the stables, and say that they won.
never about the tech. It was always about the tokens themselves. So the tokens are just gambling chips, and meme coins are a much better product. They're a much purer product with much greater product market fit than any tech alt. So here's what you need to understand. Any crypto asset that doesn't distribute cash flows to your wallet or is a store of value is a meme coin.
Any crypto asset that does not distribute the cash flow to its holders or two is a store of value. What we got in the store of value in the digital asset space? How many of these store of values do we got? He says that's period. Any crypto asset that does not distribute cash flow to its holders or two as a store of value is a meme coin. I just wonder why it is that the United States government is prohibiting stablecoin issuers to offer the risk-free rate of about 5% to its holders of the stablecoin. You ever think about why that is? Why is the United States government so hell-bent on not having that distributed to its citizens? You ever think about that? Under the guise of, oh, wait a minute, that's a security. You'll be doing a securities offering. Then only the accredited investors will be able to get it. In other words, the masses will still have to be dependent upon some other thing. But, you know, the 2 or 3% that are accredited will be able to get it. You ever wonder why that is? Why the financial system is set up for just this little 1, 2, 3%? You ever think about why that is?
Period. So 99.999% of altcoins were meme coins all along. Altcoins are simply meme coins with more steps. It doesn't matter if a token is a tech token or a meme token. So what does actually matter? These are the factors that I believe actually matter to catch the next outperformer. Community, poor people getting rich, perceived maximum upside, token distribution, attention, fairness, organic prize discovery, eliminating class warfare and bitterness within the token holders, no unlocks, no supply overhang, focusing on new coins which can enter prize discovery and avoiding old coins which have backholders. Price action, obviously, positive momentum, evangelism and community participation. Where can you buy it? Authenticity, holder growth rates, no VCs and VCs having to buy at market, no cabal and cabal having to buy at market. Who the whales are, who the KOLs are, who is talking about this on social media. Obviously the concept and the meme itself, but it's only a small part of it, as you can see. The message, decentralization of all kinds, cultiness, people not selling, simple, emotion, a good story. It needs to be a good narrative, the freshness of the narrative. You want people to want to be a part of that thing, that group, that movement, right? Inspiration, trends and cultural zeitgeist outside of crypto. Participation stickiness, and probably the most important is what I call free call labor. And notice how not a single one of these has anything to do with software revenue. These are the factors that actually matter. You are focused on technology, but the crypto industry is not a technology first industry. It's an asset first industry. Even the name of this conference is Token 2049. Instead of tech, you should be focused on human condition, retail motivation, and asset.
You are focused on technology. The crypto industry is not a technology first industry. It's an asset first industry. Even the name of this conference is Token 2049. Instead of tech, you should be focused on the human condition, retail motivations, and asset distribution. A lot of this feels like Flare Networks to me, but what do I know? A lot of that feels like for the networks. Huh. Yeah.
A human condition, retail motivation, and asset distribution. Meme coins are here to stay. People ask me, there's going to be billions of them. I say that's totally fine. 99.999% of them are going to be in the PvP category, aka hyper gambling. You want to look out for those that want to be multi-cycle. You want to be buying those that are trying to be the next Doge, trying to build a long-lasting cult, trying to be a brand, right? And if you ignore the current crop of hungry Zoomers on crypto Twitter, you will understand that most retail doesn't actually want to gamble and constantly rotate. They want to buy and hold something that they resonate with. This is why PvE memes are going to succeed in the end. They want to believe in something.
All right, let me go back to that chart. PVV meme coins, aka hyper gambling. He's got same dev as Michi, bro. Deck screener paid, pay KOLs. We're gonna send it, trust me, bro. Trading high. Okay. What he wants is PVE meme coins, aka cults. Trying to be the next Doge, trying to build a long-lasting cult, trying to build a brand, trying to build a movement, hodling over trading. High percentage of supply is in the diamond hands. Trying to be a multi-cycle coin.
Are trying to be the next Doge, trying to build a long-lasting cult, trying to be a brand, right? And if you ignore the current crop of hungry Zoomers on crypto Twitter, you will understand that most retail doesn't actually want to gamble and constantly rotate. They want to buy and hold something that they resonate with. This is why PvE memes are going to succeed in the end. They want to believe in something. And the word meme coin is a misnomer. It's only about 30% about the meme itself, and it's 70% about the people. Again, what meme coins really are, they're tokenized communities which use the meme as their symbol and their banner. And there's going to be different flavors of them. So the best PvE memes are going to be cults. What is a cult? It's a group of people that are extremely passionate about a cause. If you've been kind of studying any of the Silicon Valley blogs from early 2010s, you will see many startups always trying to unbundle Craigslist. And at the risk of being a little bit blasphemous, I think what you're going to see in the future is the unbundling of religion. It is essentially a Swiss Army knife which offers a bunch of products. It offers identity, culture, escape, loneliness reduction, community, hope, and a bunch of other things. And I believe that religion is losing influence in the world, and brands, experiences, and communities are filling that void. You can already see that with video games, music festivals, yoga, DMT retreats, CrossFit, SoulCycle, keto, and obviously financial assets, right? You know how culty Apple, Tesla holders are, how extremely culty Bitcoin holders are, and I believe we're going to be seeing similar phenomena with memes. So meme coins have shared values, shared lifestyles, shared principles, and understand that memes themselves are only a part of this, right? And so it doesn't actually matter if something is a tech alt or a meme coin. What actually matters is whether it's a cult. Most crypto outperformers have always been cults, both tech and non-tech. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Cardano, Chainlink, Dogecoin, SHIB, Tau. And a lot of people focus on money and attention, but you also need to focus on time, energy, and labor. And I don't think people are going to be putting their time, energy, and labor into VC-funded tech projects that are already at 10 billion. Because if you don't have community, your token is dead. So why is being a cult desirable? Because people are not going to be selling. People are going to have very high rates of participation. You're going to have an army of schizos working for the coin 24/7, even while you're asleep. And you're essentially going to have holders, some of which are engineers, designers, and influencers, providing labor for free. So I always like this tweet by Sisyphus from April 2024. He said, meme coins are making people realize that nearly all of the tech in crypto is a smokescreen designed to sell you a token that does nothing, marked up 100x from the private round. This is why VCs don't like meme coins. It threatens their core business, which is selling vapor. Just briefly, NFTs, I think meme coins are going to go much higher because instead of having 3,000 people promoting 10,000 illiquid JPEGs, you now have 100,000 people promoting one single liquid token. This is how I see the meme coin space evolving. You want to be focused on things that are going to become cults, brands, or movements. How to value them? They're not equity, they're not debt, they're not currencies, they're not quite like tech alts either. The best meme coins are emerging mini religions and need to be analyzed as such. I see them as financialized vessels of faith, and I see them as vessels collecting dissatisfaction, both within crypto, but also with the world at large. So if meme coins are a financialized middle finger to crypto, movement coins are a financialized middle finger to the world. And meme coins are simple and tech alts are complex. Retail doesn't want to study about staking, restaking, or impermanent loss. And they're much more friendly to new people. So putting it all together, meme coins are simpler than tech alts. They're more liquid than NFTs. They're safer than DeFi. They have no inflation, no unlocks. They have no one dumping on you. You have better odds than with sports betting or casinos. You have more volatility, aka excitement. It's a fresher narrative. It gives retail a chance to win. And the community is much more passionate than in any other crypto asset class. And the best crypto products don't require a token, and the best crypto tokens don't.
The best crypto products don't require a token. He's got Pump Fund and Polymarket in here. Fantasy Top and Phantom. Phantom's going to come out with a token, though, I think. Phantom Wallet, etc. So the best crypto products don't require a token. The best crypto tokens don't require a product. Interesting.
Don't require a product. Again, the MemeCoin cycle is not a prediction. It's already happening. Memes are dominating every metric, every single metric. So these are my predictions. 1 trillion for meme coins market cap. You're going to see 2 memes above 100 billion. You're going to see 10 memes above 10 billion. A quarter of the first page of coin market cap is going to be memes.
Currently, there's 8. That's an interesting one there. So out of the top 100, he's saying 25 will be meme coins. And there's currently 8.
10% meme coin dominance. Utility and VC-backed alts will continue out underperforming. Fat protocol thesis will slowly die because building store of value and casino number 4 and number 5 is getting increasingly hard. VCs will be buying blue chip meme coins. Smart ones are already beginning to do so. TradFi will be buying meme coins. Smart ones are already beginning to do so. And you will see hyper meme coinization before hyper Bitcoinization. And a lot of people talking about economics of belief, tokenization of faith, and financialized new religions. For more insights, follow me on Twitter at Murad. And remember, stop trading and believe in something. Thank you.
Anyway, let me, let's see. I'll leave this in here for you guys if you want to kind of check this out yourselves. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there. Antonio Stanton says, sounds like what Root and Futureverse is doing with community and having fun. Root Network is interesting to me. Futureverse and what they're doing is interesting. And it feels like they are trying to do more stuff on the XRPL. It's going to be interesting because the Root Network is the Root Network. So, Antonio, welcome to the channel. It's going to be interesting to see. I remember him, Bubba Smith said he was also saying ETH was going to 20K in 2021. I remember someone saying that he used to be a maxi of some sort, and I believe it was BTC maxi. This Murad guy. But, and again, it's not, I'm not here to say this dude is right, wrong, indifferent, or not. Where did I see something? What's going on, Rudeville? How are you? Looks like you're new to the channel. Appreciate you checking in. Where are you checking in from, Rudeville? So, that's right. Rick Cisneros says, Siege, some meme coins are trying to create a social construct like fiat. Like fiat of any money is, so the coin is not about the tech. Yeah. It's a substitute for new money and people believe it. Yeah. Bubba Smith says, I'm talking about Raul. Oh, okay. So Raul said ETH to 20K. I thought he said 12K, but maybe he did. And again, I mean, he won on Ethereum big time. Right? So, the price, whether he's going to get to a price or not, to do one big time on Ethereum. And, his average cost basis for Solana is $17. So for me, it's whether or not you can come out with a win as opposed to an L. So that's some food for thought there, fam. Interesting stuff. Now, this interview, he said something at minute 30 I want to share with you, because, by the way, he does have a list of his stuff here as well. So it's at must stop Murad. Capitals for each word. At capital M for must stop Murad. So capital, capital, capital. And he has this little list out here for his thing. Here it is here. Rapid holder growth. This is not the list. Rapid holder growth for meme coins on Solana and Ethereum. MemeCoin SuperCycle is in its early stage. This is the holder growth. He's noting the growth on a 7-day period of the memes, but he has this list as well. I thought here, yeah, this is like his list here. Update on market cap to holders. I believe this is a good measure of the average emotional resonations per capita. Yeah, so I think that is the list there. So in any case, Cryptonary. Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, that's his list. But take a listen to this. That's his X page. Let me go to minute 30.
Oh, I had it something.
Yeah. So this is the situation. Cult building takes at least 7 to 8 months. That's why the 2023 meme coins are going to be the biggest. Because you needed to have that time for sellers to sell and for supply to be concentrated in the hands of the people that.
All right, so here he gives kind of a little his thought on picking
like category leaders, right?
Category
so
leaders.
Probably going to be like different there already are like different categories of meme coins, and the way it works.
Can you go into that a little bit? Because I think that's an interesting point.
Yeah.
There's something, again, I think you picked up on, is something that even I've tried to look at for Epic, it's just that you've kind of gone after niches.
Exactly. So obviously you have your dogs, which I would argue with is kind of the leader at right now.
Yeah.
You have your cats, which I think PopCat is the leader. You have your quote unquote culture, where I would say like Mog is the leader. You have SPX, which are referred to as like a movement coin, which is a completely new category. We can dig into that later. You have Giga as well, which is like a mixture of lifestyle and culture and masculinity. And then you have a bunch of other kind of smaller categories as well. And my vision was like the category leaders, they're almost always going to be better risk reward, because whenever like large big whales come in, whenever like large, even I think even TradFi is going to be involved in this, right? Whenever they come in, they will always go for the leader. And so holding the leaders in each category is much better. The people.
I agree. Just wanted to share that with you. Holding the leaders in each category. And he mentions the leaders in the categories. And I think that's important because it's just a better risk reward. Again, it's about it's a better risk adjusted return on the investment. And I know people are still going to want to try to go down the list, and they're going to want to try to find, they're going to look at market cap. They're going to say, That's the one, right? They're going to go here, and they're going to look around. They're going to look at the lower market caps and go straight into Billy because it's 47 and it can possibly do whatever. And hey, everyone's got to do what they think is best, for sure. But I do think the risk adjusted return is probably the smarter play, just because, like he said, the whales and the big institutions, they're going to go for the leader in the category, right? Just like they do with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. But if you go to Coin Gecko, if you want to do it, you can go here. You can go to categories. And then you can search meme coins. You see it's got layer ones. And then you can go scroll down and you can go to why is Galaxy Digital Portfolio a category? I don't know. But anyway, let's see. There's meme right here. 8 billion. So there it is. He said it was 8 billion at the time of that presentation. And here is the top meme coins, and you can kind of reference that versus this list. Let me see, do I have this at top 100 or top 50? Because in an interview, he said, hang out in that top 50. So now these are the top 50 here, and you can kind of check it out that way and kind of see where you might want to look. And then you can kind of check market caps and all that other kind of stuff like that as well. In the top 50, the smallest market cap is 79. I'm going to look more into his list and see his list. Doesn't mean that I'll, change anything, but it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'm waiting for my meme coin pick. They got an event coming up in October 16th to the 18th in the Avalanche ecosystem. I'm looking to see what it's going to do. After that, if it's going to get some movement, it feels pretty stagnant, but we still got, again, 12, 14 months. I was in Michi because of a call that my guy gave, but I got out. But in any case, we'll see. We'll see. So there it is. There, the crypto YouTuber, the XRP YouTuber, right here is like our guy, Jungle. Admits I was wrong. So he did a video. I watched this video this morning. He says, Ripple XRPL. Once again, I was wrong. Ripple and devs are ready for the XRPL for the stablecoin on the automated market makers. And we got that announcement from Vet here that they're moving forward in that, kind of lengthy process, but they shortened it somehow, expedited it somehow, that process, and they're moving forward. It says here, Vet said the XRP ledger amendment to allow the clawback tokens like Ripple stablecoin to be used in the automated market maker went through the code review. So the community of Ripple devs work together on the review. What does this mean, community? Anyway, next, some cosmetics and merge into a new Ripple D release for validators to vote on. And again, Jungle did the video. Check it out.
What is up, good people? Jungle Link here. Hope you're doing well. This is so massive. That announcing the following: the XRP ledger amendment to allow clawback tokens like Ripple stablecoin to be used in the AMM. That's so important for the health, for the growth, for the adoption of the XRP ledger. It just went through code review. This is what I was worried about. Community and Ripple devs work together on this review. Next, we got some cosmetics, and then to be merged into the Ripple release for validators to vote on. It's not done yet. It's not live, but they made massive progress really quick here. And I said the following: look, I'm happy. I'm glad to admit when I was wrong. Because remember what I was griping about. Some people got this misconstrued. Not that Ripple's minting on the Ethereum blockchain. I've been saying forever that ETHgate's dead, and it's going to be absolutely necessary to make the XRP ledger and the Ethereum blockchain interoperable. This is important for the XRP ledger itself and for Ripple, the company. I was one of the first to tell you that, you know what, Ripple's going to shove a lot of payment volume over various ledgers, and they're going to settle on the Ethereum blockchain. I could care less. I'm fine with that. But you have to have the stablecoin minted on the XRP ledger, not necessarily day one, but saying, you know, we'll get to it sometime next year. That wasn't okay with me. It's looked like they've come together. They've made this work. Not saying everything I brought up now in that last video has been solved or addressed, but this is a big one. I want to see Ripple have success with the launch of this stablecoin. And I think for true adoption, for true success, they have to have, you know, a fully functioning XRP ledger that can take that stablecoin into AMMs. This was, you know, a pleasant surprise. I'm glad to say, look, I was wrong. They're getting it done in a timely manner. Yay for that. Remember, I have XRP. I would rather make money than be right. And this was big.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. We do that in our business training a lot. We ask that question a lot. And we would ask the question, would you rather be right or would you rather be rich? And that is always about rich in relationship, rich in experiences, right? Rich in health, right? Rich in friendships, not just money, right? Rich. Would you rather be rich or would you rather be right? And I would always rather be rich because it's riches in experiences, it's riches in relationships and friendships. And I'm not going to try to be right in a friendship situation, try to be right in a relationship situation when I can just be rich in that. And it's just sometimes, in fact, most times, it's just a better choice, in my opinion. Rich in friendships, rich in relationships. Some good stuff there. And he's saying I would rather be rich than be right here. It's an interesting thing. But in any case, there it is, fam. There's the XRP YouTuber saying I was wrong. It's our guy, Jungle Link. And I said, LOL, welcome to the club, bro. Welcome to the club. Someone else said, Matt LaRoche, friend of the channel, says hat tip to admitting wrong, street cred intact, indeed. So there it is, fam. I'm going to head off here. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a nice, cool hang. I appreciate you guys being here for sure. 2 hours hanging out. Keita says exactly, Barry. It's a more fulfilling type of rich, without question. That's right. So it's massively important for sure. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate you being here. I'm telling you, check out that video. Go through the presentation again for yourself for some food for thought. A lot of what he says makes sense. I'm not sure if all of it does, but a lot of what he says in that presentation makes sense. And we're going to see if 25 out of the top 100 in market cap after this cycle will be meme coins. It's currently 8. It's currently 8 out of the top 25. Yeah. All right, fam. So listen, there it is. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm going to end this live stream like I do all my live streams. Again, do me a favor. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, please do so on the way out. It's one of the greatest ways you can support the channel. And if you happen to be in that 45 to 50% or so people that are hanging out, listening to, and watching the crypto season, and if you look at that subscribe button, you haven't clicked it, we're trying to get that number down from 50% down to about 25%. You can do your part right now by just hitting the like button. That would be super, super cool. Appreciate you guys doing that. I'm going to end this one. And oh, by the way, don't forget to ring the notification bell. Hit that notification bell so you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.